I'm Christina from Goodreads and welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna do another of my wrap-ups since I've been still in a urban fantasy mood. I kept reading Ilona Andrews and I basically read everything, almost everything there is to be read in their Innkeeper Chronicles series. So I'm just gonna talk to you today about it just for a few minutes. So the Innkeeper Chronicles series has currently 5 novels and a short story. We have Clean Sweep, Sweep in Peace, One Fell Sleep, Sweep, Sweep of the Blade, Sweep of the Heart. Those are the 5 novels, and Sweep with Me, which is like a short, like not really a short story, it's a novella, like that precedes the 5th novel. So, there is also a webcomic adaptation on Tapas, and Crossroads did the story adaptation, and I think Shinju Agea is the lead artist, and for the time being I am reading it. I love the art. I love just seeing the characters alive on the page, like actually seeing them, and it's really fun. The only thing with Tapas is that you have to kind of wait one day for the chapter to kind of open up, like for 24 hours. If you want to get it for free, you can otherwise like buy some, I think it's called ink, so with which you can like buy the chapters. So yeah, you can also check that out if you want. So what are the Innkeeper Chronicles? So this is the story of Dina DeMille. She is the daughter of Jared and Helen, who were innkeepers and who mysteriously disappeared one day, and there has been no information since of their whereabouts or even where the inn that they were kind of running is, because the inn disappeared with them. And Dina is now, I think, 25, and she's running her own inn called Gertrude Hunt. So as you can gather from all this, inns are in this world are magical places, because Earth has been proclaimed a kind of neutral territory for the all the galaxies around, and it hosts inns which can offer either just accommodations or sanctuary for all the different intergalactic creatures and species that exist, and no one is allowed to kind of alert the humans on Earth that like there's life beyond Earth, and they're not allowed, kind of to have any conflict with humans or anything, because Earth is neutral ground. So the story kind of begins as one day Dina kind of discovers that like an alien creature is killing dogs and other like cats, different animals, and then later progresses to actual humans. And although the innkeepers are supposed to kind of be also neutral and kind of not meddle in the kind of things like that, Dina does meddle because this creature is kind of a threat to her neighbors and her subdivision, and is a threat to like this whole hush 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 thing about Earth being basically an intergalactic hotel. And while she's kind of looking into this case, she meets a werewolf called Sean Evans, who is kind of marking his territory, and there's a lot of banter between the two, and there is some romantic subplot between them as the story progresses. However, it is not very present in the story, in the sense that there's a lot of it. There is some of it, but in each novel the focus is more on the fact that something happens in the inn or around the inn, and how the inn works, how the world works, what are innkeepers, what powers do they have, because Dina as an innkeeper has some magical abilities which are kind of at their highest point when she is within Gertrude Hunt's grounds, but she also has some magic as she leaves them, but not as strong a magic as when she's at home, basically. And in the first novel, we also get another recurring, not really main, but a very, like, a character that appears very in almost all of the novels, and that is Arland, who is like this stunning and gorgeous vampire. And this whole world, obviously vampires, werewolves, and all the other creatures that we get to meet are actually extraterrestrial, so there's no kind of magical paranormal origin to them, but they're aliens, which I found very fun and kind of novel. I don't remember ever reading about like vampires or werewolves coming from a different planet. Maybe only in Marissa Meyer's It's Not Cinder series. I can't remember what the series is called. I'll write it somewhere. But anyways, we also, in addition to Dina, Sean, and Arland as like our main characters here, we get to meet other very fun and interesting characters throughout the novels. We get to meet Dina's sister Maud and her daughter Helen. We get to meet throughout the series side character that is Caldania, who is like an intergalactic tyrant, and she has sought sanctuary with Dina and paid for like lifetime stay, so she's always there. We have Shih Tzu, Dina's Shih Tzu Beast, who is like this kind of like cute little Shih Tzu, but turns into a beast. That's why it's called Beast. But nobody kind of is scared of her because she's like this tiny little cute thing. Then we get to see some. Sean likes to call them space chickens. So this is another species, like intergalactic species called Cuckoo. We have, what do I remember, like the Hope Crushing Horde, the vampires of the Holyonocracy. We have the Hero in one novel, who are this kind of, I think, I'm not sure. I actually would like to see in the comic how they actually look like. So there's a bunch of side characters. We have a human, Officer Moraes, who kind of senses like the magic of the inn more, like he is more intuitive than others, so he senses that something is happening. He also becomes kind of throughout the novels a bigger part of the storylines. And then we have like this gigantic hedgehog, and we have this entire new world besides Earth, because in inns you have kind of portals that open to other worlds. So you have the world of Bahachar, where you can see also different characters, and our characters from this world, from this story, do go to Bahachar, and you get to see how that looks like. So it's like a really, really good like world building. It's very vast, and there's like interesting things, but it's also because the plotline is mostly set in the inn, it is also very not strange, because it's kind of, you still get to feel like it's our world. So I think it just, I don't know, it just appeals to me that you have this all of like different aliens and other things, but you still are here, and it's a bit familiar. So yeah, so the first book is this kind of crazy creature going around killing people and animals. Then in the second book, Dina has to host a peace summit, and she gets like a lot of guests, where she has to kind of get a cook, and like I think Arland also, yes, Arland appears again, and like some the space chickens, and like it's a fun time. Then we have the third book where she gets to save her sister Maud and her niece Helen, and they come to the inn, and there is this creature called the hero who is asking for sanctuary because another species is trying to kind of make them extinct. And we get to kind of find out the story behind the hero and this other species, and it's very, very interesting. Then in the fourth book, there is, I'll say like they say in the summary on Goodreads, it's an intergalactic spouse search, or basically this story's version of The Bachelor. So there's like this very important prince ruler kind of thing, and he has to marry. So they kind of set up this whole competition where even the public gets to vote how they like the candidates, and the candidates have challenges, and you get to see all of that. It's quite the fifth novel is quite more elaborate than the first four. And then we have the novella, which is just like a short snippet of an innkeeper's holiday, which is around our Christmas, and where Dina just has to accept every guest that seeks to come to stay at the inn. And we also get a couple of interesting and funny characters, which later also kind of appear in the novel. So yeah, I just really love these stories. They're really kind of fast to go through. There's interesting characters, there's humor. Dina is kind of this tough chick, and there is kind of like a sense at the beginning that there's gonna be like left triangle, but like Ilona Andrews just they just resolve it immediately. Like, you know, they're not that's not happening. So like I really appreciate that, because you know that something else is gonna kind of happen. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that in the fourth book, that is Maud's story. So if you are gonna start reading, don't kind of be how can I say, I was very surprised because I didn't know it was like gonna be a completely different new character. And so in the fourth novel, you just get to see where Maud was, what she's doing, and she's also, just like Dina, a very interesting character. I thought I would hate it because like I like Dina and Sean so much, and the whole in storyline, that I was like, oh my god, really? But it turned out to be very fun and interesting, because the whole storyline is based on a completely different world in a completely different species. You get to learn so much more about the whole world, so it's very interesting. And I think I saw on their page that the sixth novel would also again be Maud's book, so I'm very intrigued to see like how they will kind of connect everything, because her book ends with such a cliffhanger. Oh my god, I was just like, I gasped, and I was like, oh, when are they doing the sixth book? This should be so interesting. So yeah, basically all I'm saying is it's very fun. It could be a great palate cleanser because there's no difficult topics, nothing, just pure fun, just pure for fun. And I just there. I think I have talked enough about it. Oh, one other kind of warning: if you're reading the audiobooks, there is a mid-series change of narrators, actually twice. The first three books are narrated by Renee Rodman, who I love her. She has read a lot of their books, and just she was awesome. Then in Maud's story, we get a new narrator, Natalie Nodus, and she's also narrating the kind of novella thing. And she was also great. And then in the fifth book, we get Nora Sofyan, who narrated it so well, I didn't even notice that there was a different narrator. Truly, she was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. Would you be interested in reading something like this? Do you have any recommendations for something similar so I could read? Because like I'm really loving all of these. So yeah. that's it. Please like, share, subscribe, press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post new videos. There are important links down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Bye! Editing Christina here. Okay, so I noticed that I didn't explain something in the video, and that is the thumbnail. So that's if you didn't kind of get it, it was my very lowly and bad attempt at recreating the kind of covers of the books. Yeah, that's it. Bye.